Oh, that sounded a little tight. Welcome to the program, folks. It's the Livin Life and Style daily travel update for the last day of the month, April 30th, 2025. Welcome to the program. Well, on the last days of the month, what I like to do, or at least the last live stream that I do for any given month, I like to do, and I've got to come up with a better name for this because I hate the name, but it's like monthly reflections, right? Monthly reflections. And like I said, I hate the name monthly reflections. I've got to come up with something better. I will eventually, but it is not this day. So we're going to go with monthly reflections as the thumbnail shows. No travel news to report. Well, there is, but I'm going to steer clear of it. And, maybe at most touch on it tomorrow, but probably won't. If you've been on the on X or any of the cruise news stuff, I'm sure you've probably seen it. And generally speaking, that's not the type of stuff I want to touch on this program. So, anyways, it doesn't matter. Today is monthly reflections. The Livin Life and Style daily travel update brought to you by Livin Life and Style Travel. It is a full service travel agency. They can help you with everything you need in travel, whether it's flights, uh, leisure, vacation travel, vacation packages, cruises, whatever. They can also help with business travel. They can help with group and event travel and event things like sporting events. Entertainment movie or not movies, but plays and big ticket events like that. Livin Life and Style Travel can help you with all of those things. So give them a call, 816-744-1405. That's 816-744-1405. You can also find them on the web at livinlifeandstyle.com. Oh, yeah, we should share the Livin Life and Style page when we do this. Let's see here. Here it is. The new website, all nice and shiny. Elevate your travel. We have our specialties. Check that out. Absolutely. And you can give us a call, 816-744-1405. There you see my email, Eric at livinlifeandstyle.com. Would love to have you give me a call and see how I can help you out. So, monthly reflections. Monthly reflections. All right. Well, we haven't gotten to the challenges part of the monthly reflections yet, but I promise you the volume control on my soundboard is going to be among the challenges. My goodness, it's been a pain in the butt. So anyway, let's see here. We are going to look at some of the what did we get done this past month? Well, in April, probably the biggest thing, two big things that got done this month. Number one, I became an Amtrak specialist. And you're like, what? An Amtrak specialist? Yeah, like Amtrak. They we all know here in the States, we all know it's the train system for the United States for passengers, right? Amtrak. And I think a lot of us only think of Amtrak as, well, if we want to take the train to get there, then we could take Amtrak. And and they basically are using it as a substitute for maybe taking a flight, right? Or taking a bus from one city to the next, right? But Amtrak vacations is something different than just standard Amtrak. And Amtrak vacations is a whole different deal, and they have some amazing things. And I do mean amazing things. So with Amtrak vacations, they will do like full vacation packages, and part of it is the travel to the destination is part of the vacation with a Amtrak vacation, right? Part of the reason you take an Amtrak vacation is so you can experience. Oh my God. So you can experience rail travel, right? And check out all of the scenery of the landscapes of the United States, and even into Canada. They Amtrak Vacations has rail trips that go through the Canadian Rockies, coast to coast, up and down the California coast. The most popular Amtrak vacation is a trip out of Chicago, and it goes all the way to Glacier National Park in the middle of Montana, on the train that's known as the Empire Builder. These are all, and they include hotel accommodations, tours. If you have sleeper accommodations on the train, it includes your meals. Um, they have a lot of amazing accommodations. And when you get the hotel packages are, can be, you know, they start at 3-star, but they can go anywhere up to 4 and 5-star hotels, nice little hotel boutiques, bed and breakfasts. They have just a number of outstanding um, hotel accommodations available to them. I don't know, I got some crazy sounds going on out back. Apparently, I left the window open down here in my studio and I forgot to close it, so I'm hearing things. But Amtrak Vacations has a ton of amazing things, that you can, and they're fully customizable. You can be picked up from any of their over 500 locations of any of the rail stations at over 500 different locations, and just be connected to any of the vacation packages that they have. And if you don't want to do one of the vacation packages they have, we can like 100% customize it to exactly what you want it to be. And honestly, I had no idea. I had no idea Amtrak Vacations had so much to offer. And I don't think a lot of people realize that Amtrak Vacations has so much to offer. I've been, but at the same time, apparently a lot of people do, because I have had more business this month than I've had in a while, with all of these people looking for Amtrak Vacations. Um, so first of all, I would highly encourage any of you to like check out Amtrak Vacations for your next trip. I mean, it's kind of like doing a river cruise, only you're, you know, as opposed to being on a river, you're on train tracks. I mean, they have these amazing viewing cars. You can have a completely private bedroom with private bathroom and shower. Um, they really do have some posh accommodations, and they're coming out with brand new trains that are supposed to be higher speed trains, with more um, luxurious, I guess, more up to date accommodations within the train. Um, they really do have a lot to offer. So that was probably the biggest thing that I got done last month, and accomplished, was becoming an Amtrak specialist and opening up my business to a whole bunch of vacation opportunities and vacation possibilities for people. I've booked some really cool trips, man, on Amtrak this past month. It's been really eye opening. I'll be honest. Um, so anyway, so that was the thing. The other big thing that I got done this month was getting my website redesigned and rolled out and launched. I showed it earlier. At the end of the day, it had to be done, and that kind of leads into some of the challenges. Some of the challenges basically boil down to the simple fact that I'm a one-man show at this point in time. And I really and I had to really reach out and get some assistance from other people. And I had to be willing to do that. Um, it was definitely something that I had been wanting to get done and working on, and with the general idea that I can do these things myself. I'm not a web designer, but I know how to build a website, right? And the thing is when you try to do the thing, it's kind of partly a deal with it's partly a deal with having oh, what am I trying to say? Well, first of all, can't take that. I have to call that back later. Um, more Amtrak leads. So there's lots of things I'm capable of doing, right? And this is true for anybody, right? We all have skills and abilities. Um, but like I know how to work on a car. I'm not a mechanic. I know how to work on a car. I know how to work on my house and make repairs to my house. I know how to build, like I said, build a website, right? I know how to do these things. And a lot of times I want to do these things myself, mostly as a cost saving measure, just because, I need to save the money, right? I'm just starting my business, right? I'm just building it from scratch, and it doesn't mean I have, a whole bunch of, deep pocketed investors ready to, throw money my way just to help me build my business. And that's fine. That's not a complaint, but it's a challenge is what it is. And, I've run into this challenge now a few times. And eventually, this month I just broke down. I was like, you know what? I need help to build this website. And so I did. I got help. And there was a price attached to that. And that's okay. I mean, I don't expect things for free. Um, but now that I have it, I'm going to have this added functionality to my website. And having that added functionality is going, I think it's going to help propel my business, forward in the coming months because it's going to have, it's going to really improve my efficiency on work on putting things together. Some of the big plans that I have for Livin Life N Style travel. So first and foremost, because the next part of monthly reflections is going to be talking about, going what's going to be going on moving forward with Livin Life N Style. So we'll just kind of roll into that, as we got through the challenges. Um, the challenge of trying, having the mindset of needing to do it all myself. And I don't know. I really got to figure out what's going on with this soundboard. This is no offense, but this is starting to piss me off. Anyway, my sound keeps dropping in the middle of talking and it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I'll lose my damn train of thought. So moving forward, one of the things that I've really wanted, one of the things I've really wanted to build this business around is setting up group trips that are sponsored by not-for-profit organizations and where a portion of the proceeds of the trip go to the not-for-profit organization, right? And I want to work in conjunction with these not-for-profit organizations, particularly here around my own community in Kansas City, but even bigger, even nationwide, right? I think it would be nice, and I think people would like to know that if hey, this is a cool trip, and there's going to be a lot of people on this trip that have similar interests to me because we're all interested in supporting this not for profit, right, or that not for profit, or this cause or that cause, right. um and there will be a number of ways we can put those things together for people, um and that way they've been, it's like, hey, look, not only am I going on an awesome trip and having a great time, maybe meeting some new people and making some new friends, but I also know that a portion of what I spent my money on is going to help a cause that I appreciate, and these other people who decided to go on this group trip, that they also appreciate, the little commonality, um, and it's basically just a situation to help the community around you, right? On top of having a good time, and enjoying a fabulous vacation. And so building out my website and getting it up to date now affords me, it really is going to help me in efficiently putting these packages together for people, giving a good place for the presentation. Don't know why you're doing this. Anyway, this is apparently going to continue to be a problem for some reason. For some reason, I don't know what the reason is, and I'm not going to figure it out right now. What did that do? Interesting. So, with that being said, um, so that's going to be one of the big focuses moving forward for my business, is working, and hopefully my mic will stay up the whole time for the rest of this, but we'll see. But that's going to be a real main focus of what I'm going to be working on building moving forward into the rest of this summer, is going out and meeting people with not-for-profits, putting together the package for them, and getting ready to add those to the website and build out an entire calendar of amazing trips that go to benefit not-for-profits. I'm excited about it. And so that's going to be the big push moving forward. So that's going to be a very cool thing. What else is moving forward? Well, in June, I will have a whole week where I'm not doing the show. I'll probably push out some live streams, but they'll probably be from my phone, and they'll probably only be on Facebook. I may share them, upload them to, they'll be more like shorts though, and then I'll upload them to YouTube and Rumble. So that'll be coming up towards in the middle of June. Yeah, we leave on June 12th. You can still get tickets and join us if you want. We leave on June 12th. It's from June 13th through June 20th. We'll be on Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas. There should still be cabins available. I'd be happy to let you know what they are going for at this point in time. But yeah, that's what we got done. That's what we got done. Those are some of the challenges we ran into. I've got another thing that's going to be coming, is I've got a young gentleman who is excited about helping me build this idea and build this program. And he's going to be able to possibly help me with adding more content to the channel. Because one of the things I've wanted to do is to start having industry insiders onto the program. That way, we can interview them and have conversations with them to find out all the cool stuff going on with their products and their services. So we will probably be working towards having that done here in the next, hopefully, couple weeks. I've been wanting to do it for over a month now, but when you're doing it all by yourself, it's kind of hard to allot the time. I do have to run the business, and I have a son who homeschools and plays competitive baseball, and I got to do all that stuff too. So, I think that's always the most frustrating thing when doing your small business. Things just don't necessarily always happen as fast as you want them to, because just simply because they you know, you have other things that pull you away and take up your time, and you can't focus 100% all the time, all day. Technically, they say you only really, your most productive time really of a day generally only lasts for about 4 hours, right? For everybody, that time of day where you're most productive is different, right? It just is. And for me, that most productive time of the day is the mornings, which is also why I end up wrapping up my mornings with with my show. Because by the time I get into the afternoons, I it's not that I get distracted or can't get work done. I get a lot of work done in the afternoon as well. Um, but my schedule is much more broken up in the afternoons. I can keep my schedule very regimented in the mornings, but in the afternoons it gets more broken up because of my son's activities, volunteer responsibilities, all kinds of phone calls and all kinds of stuff that And then as you get towards the end of the day, you got to run errands and once again kids activities and things like that. So it just turned out that this was the best time, and I've been able to be really successful, or and consistent with it. Successful is yet to be determined, but consistent with it on a day in day out basis. And I'm gonna miss a few times here and there. um, when we have like next Friday, there's not going to be a show because I'm going to chaperone a big celebration event for my son, because his homeschool band took first place in their state competition a couple of weeks ago. And so we're having a big celebration to celebrate their success. So I won't be doing a show next Friday. And this Friday, as a matter of fact, the show's going to be short because I got to get out of here by 11:30 so that I can go pick my son up from his band party, which is a different party than the party for winning first. So those sorts of things, those things break up my day, and they break up my ability to get in, uh, you know, really good work, right? And so I make sure I get my best work done in the mornings. It's when I have the most time. And that usually lasts, through 1 or 2 o'clock right after lunch. Start getting into 3 o'clock things, start to get you start getting to the frayed ends of sanity. Um and it's just kind of wherever my time is demanded and needed most, that ends up being where I put my attention. So anyway, that but moving forward, I'm going to have this young gentleman. He's going to help me out with a lot of this stuff. Looks like he may be joining the staff as a travel agent as well. Um, and as part of that, he's going to help me with my video production and content creation and things of that sort. And so I'm really excited about having him come on. We're both Bitcoiners, so that's fun. That's actually where we met. We met as being Bitcoiners, at a Bitcoin meetup group here in Kansas City. And so we have uh, a lot of synergy. My uncle likes that word. I hate that word. I think it's kind of dumb, but it does apply. We have a lot of synergy in the things we like, and the things that interest us. And he's a younger guy than me, so he's looking for I he appreciates what I bring to the table, and I certainly appreciate what he brings to the table, and that has the makings of a good working relationship moving forward. So I'm excited about it. That'll be something that's coming up here over the next few, probably him joining the team will probably be something that starts coming up here over the next couple weeks. Um, and then as we get to um, rolling out those group plans, we would also be able to do that together, as we add content and things of that sort. So anyway, that that kind of does it. I mean, that's kind of all the big news for this month. Um, there will probably be some formatting changes coming to the show over the next, um, as this new gentleman joins the joins the team, so to speak. And so I'm excited about the possibilities there. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I've kind of gotten to the end of what I have to reflect upon from this past month. And I have the business roundtable coming up at noon. So I'm going to make sure I have some time to get that all prepped up and ready to go. It's been a fantastic April for me. I wish the weather would have been a little bit better for baseball because it's been quite crappy for baseball. But from my son's games, going out there on the weekends and freezing your ass off in the rain is no fun. It is no fun. But son's having a good year. It's been a productive year for him. He's getting a lot better, and I'm excited to see how things are going to go. We're actually going to be on a really long break. We decided not to do our travel tournament on Mother's Day weekend, so we're off. We played last weekend, but my son didn't get to play because he was busy doing band for most of the tournament. We have this weekend off. We have Mother's Day weekend off, and we'll play the weekend after that, I believe. That's going to be a long break, but we'll get lots of practice in, and the team could certainly use more practice. So, and quite honestly, that's what I pay for. I don't, so lots of people want to pay to be on a good baseball team. I want to pay for a lot of good practice that helps make a good baseball team. And so we're going to get a lot of good practice here up over the next few weeks, and that'll be fun. So anyway, May's tomorrow, folks. May is tomorrow. I hope you've had a wonderful April. I look forward to an exciting May, bringing you more daily travel updates from Livin Life N Style Travel. Please like and share and subscribe to the channel, and check out all of the new changes that are going to be coming. They're going to be coming soon, and as we keep growing it, hopefully they'll be coming fast and furious. So anyways, this is the Livin Life N Style daily travel update for April 30th, 2025. It is the monthly reflections post. I appreciate you joining me. This live stream is always brought to you by Livin Life N Style Travel, a full service travel agency to help you with all of your travel needs, whether it's leisure, vacation travel, personal business travel, groups, events, whatever you might need in the travel space. Livin Life N Style Travel can help you out with that. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, as I said, hit the notification bell. Be good out there, and let's go get it in May.